Saan ka man dalhin ang kapalaran, iisang bayan lang sa puso mo'y laman. Pinagmulan at babalikan, konting tiis na lang, at hanggang sa araw na yan ay asal. Kami nandito lang, sabay na pakinggan ang mga kwento nyo. Isigaw natin sa mundo, bagong bayani namin kayo. Sipag at tapang nyo, hinialay sa mundo, sinasaludo namin kayo. Pilipino, itaas ang noo, ipagmalaki mo ang galing nyo, isigaw sa mundo.
Magandang hapon UK, magandang hapon Europa, magandang gabi Pilipinas. Kung saan man po kayo naroroon, magandang hapon po, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito po ang Kwentong Migrante, Kwentong Pinoy, Kwentong Juan Eu Konek. Ako po si Rose Eclarinal.
At ako po si Jean Alcantara.
And I'm Crystal Dias.
At ako po si Kiara Gregorio. Ngayong tanghali, makakasama po natin ang mother and daughter tandem na sina Carmen at Crystal Dias sa isang makabuluhang kwentuhan in celebration of Mother's Day. Carmen came to the UK in the late 80s. She worked at Hatton Garden in London for many years while looking after 2 children. She had many trials, but grateful to God that she overcome all of them.
At mula naman po sa Sweden, makakasama naman po natin ang mother and son tandem ni Vangie Horquilla at ang kanyang anak na si RJ para po muling ibahagi sa atin ang kanilang journey sa kanilang pinagdaanang mag-ina sa paglaban sa isang karamdaman. Pero bago po yan, dadalhin muna namin kayo live sa Vatican City. Makakasama po natin ang TFC correspondent natin na si Jackie De Vega na tumutok po sa napakalaking balita ng para sa mga Pinoy sa Europa at sa Pilipinas. Ito po ang ika-500 taong selebrasyon ng Kristyanismo sa Pilipinas. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Jackie.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo dyan sa London. Ngayon, actually, katatapos lang mga 1 hour ago ang Angelus ni Pope Francis. Actually, kung makikita nyo ngayon, medyo wala siyang tao. Pero kanina po, regardless of the allowed numbers ng mga Pilipino ng mga tao na pwedeng pumunta ngayon dito, mukhang puno pa din yung square ng St. Peter's, no. So bali, we got an info from Father Ricky na may estimated na 2,500 Filipinos ang pumunta kanina. Okay. Dito lang sa labasa, pero yung mga nasa loob, only 100 Filipinos were allowed to be present sa Holy Mass ni Pope Francis.
Okay. Jackie, pakikwento mo naman sa akin. Kasi ang alam natin is, as you mentioned nga, 100 lang yung pwedeng makapasok kanina na para doon sa misa ni Pope Francis. Gaano ba kalaki itong selebrasyon na ito na ikinasa ng Filipino community kasama syempre ang Vatikano?
Okay, actually itong event na to, nung nakausap ko, sabihin natin yung prime mover ng selebrasyon, si Father Ricky syempre, yung nasa gitna pa rin tayo ng pandemya kasi. So, they were not also sure kung matutuloy ba or hindi. Especially last Friday, na nagbaba ng dekreto ang Italia na magiging partial lockdown ng Italia. So, since natuloy nga siya today, only 100 people were allowed to be present in the in the chapel of altar of the chair of Saint Peter's. So itong altar na to, ito na yung palaging ginagamit ni ni Pope Francis simula nang dumating yung pandemya. Kung since alam naman natin, actually every time that there is a big event here in Rome, in Vatican, palaging present ang mga Pilipino. Malaking numero ng Filipino community ang palaging malaki ang presensya nila dito sa pagiging Kristiyano. Kanina kasi siguro hindi rin inaasahan na magkakaroon ng lockdown in between, no? So yung iba naging emotional sila habang kasi kanina meron ako mga nakakausap na mga Pilipino, mga reaction nila, sabi nila napaka-emotional para sa kanila na marinig mula sa ating Santo Padre yung pagse-celebrate ng 500 years of Christianity na sa Pilipinas, dahil para sa kanila marami ang nagiging synonym, kumbaga ang pagiging Pilipino ay pagiging Kristiyano na din.
Okay. Jackie, before baka may tanong din si Gina, no? Pero ang gusto kong malaman sa iyo, ano yung, because isa ka doon nasa loob talaga mismo ng simbahan, ano ang pinakamahalagang mensahe ng Santo Papa sa pagdiriwang natin ng 500 years of Christianism as a country, as Filipinos?
Actually, mas lalong ang yung homily kasi, marami siyang sinabi. Hinighlight niya ulit yung nauna niya sinabi noong simbang gabi. That was 2019. Kontra smugglers of faith. Yun yung sinabi ni Pope Francis na tayo mga Pilipino, hindi lang tayo mga migrante dito sa Roma, dito sa Italia, sa buong mundo. Hindi lang tayo migrante, kundi we are also evangelizers. Tayo yung tagapagpalaganap ng pananampalatayang Kristiyano.
Okay. Jean, may tanong ka ba para kay Jackie?
Yes, Jackie, good to see you. Ang tanong ko lang is, so sabi mo kanina, very active ang Filipino community at laging present, no, pagka may misa ang Santo Papa. Palagay mo, ano ang paano tinatanggap ng mga Pinoy, ng mga kababayan natin diyan ang ngayong ika-500 taon ng Kristyanismo, no? But talaga bang deboto ang mga Pinoy sa sa relihiyon at paniniwala dahil sa sa nangyayari sa mundo ngayon, marami mga pagsubok sa atin. So nananatili ba yung kanilang paniniwala?
Okay, Sir Jimmy, kasi since nasa gitna tayo ng pandemya, and especially ang Italia ay isa sa mga worst hit country ng pandemya, no? Yung mga Pilipino rito, kahit wala ng trabaho, na lagi silang yung nakikitaan ko pa din sila. Ako personally, I'm talking in personal level. Yung mga Pilipino, active pa rin sila sa simbahan. Pag every Sunday, puno yung 4 slots ng mga misa. Puno siya palagi. And then before this, nagkaroon din tayo ng simbang gabi. Ang daming mga nagrereklamo. Ang daming nagrereklamo, bakit hindi sila maka-attend, na gusto nila na maging nandoon pa din. So for me, it just shows na talagang importante sa kanila itong pananampalataya nila bilang Kristiyano, bilang Pilipino, and they won't miss it. They'd rather not miss the big events na nangyayari dito, lalo na nasa sentro tayo ng Katolisismo.
Okay. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Jackie De Vega. Si Jackie po ay nakatutok dyan sa Vatican para sa TFC News at maraming salamat Jackie sa pagpapaunlak mo sa imbitasyon natin para lang magkaroon tayo ng impormasyon sa naganap na makasaysayang misa dyan sa Vatican City. Mag-iingat ka, Jackie.
Maraming salamat po.
Ciao, Jackie.
Okay. So yan, Jean, Crystal, and Kiara. Naisingit pa natin ang update ng ating TFC stringer ng malaking selebrasyon sa Vatican City, although limited nga lang yung pwedeng dumalo sa misa because of the pandemic. Now, it's a special day, Mother's Day. Tuwing may okasyon, meron akong flower dito sa tabi ko. Para maiba naman, and Crystal, I can see it. Ngayon, dako na tayo sa inaabangan ng ating mga kababayan, of course, ang selebrasyon ng Mother's Day. Bibigyang pugay po natin ang mga mommy sa araw na ito. Siyempre, dahil Mother's Day, sabi nga nila, there is no greater love than a mother's love. Nakita po natin yan sa kwento ng mag-inang Vangie at ng kanyang anak na si RJ sa dokumentaryo na napanood ninyo sa Juan Eu Konek 5 years ago. Ngayon ay nagbabalik po sila sa programa para muling ibahagi ang kanilang kwento at syempre para magkaroon naman po tayo ng update sa kalagayan po ni RJ. So kung mamarapati ninyo, balikan po natin at panoorin po natin itong maiksing bahagi na ito o clip na ito mula sa documentary para makilala natin muli si Vangie and RJ. Sumailalim si RJ sa halos 12 oras na operasyon sa kamay ng 4 na doktor dahil sa pagdurugo ng kanyang utak.
Pagkatapos ng operasyon, maaring maging gulay siya kasi talagang very critical talaga yung kanyang condition at saka siya ay yung sabi nga lang talagang 50-50 yung kanyang chance. Pag tuwing salita ng ganun, gumagano, ay, Diyos ko po, Diyos ko po, Diyos ko po, ganyan ng ganyan si daddy. So, nadidisturb yung explanation ng mga tao. So, sasabihin ng doktor, do you want me to continue? Pwede bang mag-take muna tayo ng pause? Ay, ang tagal na namin, no? Nasa 1 oras ng kapapaliwanag. Pag sinabi na, baka naman, there is a possibility na mabulag siya kasi napakalalim nung kanyang AVM. Pag sabi na naman ng doktor, gagawin na naman niya, ay, Diyos ko po, Diyos ko po, Diyos ko po. So, syempre, ibig sabihin, talagang stop yung conversation. So, nung medyo na, nainis na ba ako kasi tumatakbo yung oras. Sabi ko, ituloy nyo, sabi kong gano'n sa doktor, ituloy nyo. Kung hindi niya ako kaya, lumabas siya. Sabi ko, lumabas ka dito kung hindi mo kaya. Sabi ko sa asawa ko. Sa panahong ito, sinubok rin ang pananampalataya ni Vangie sa Diyos. Pero hindi siya bumitiw. Yung bang naisip ko na sabi ko, Diyos ko po, sabi kong gano'n, ano bang kasalanan ko? Bakit ang anak ko, napakabait ng anak ko? Sabi kong gano'n, talagang... Stop mo na, Rose. Hindi ko na kaya pag naalala ko. Okay lang. Parang naisip ko na, sabi ko, Diyos ko po, sabi ko gano'n, ano bang kasalanan ko? Bakit ang anak ko? Napakabait ng anak ko. Saka ang anak ko, healthy siya. Healthy ka ako siya. Bakit ka ako? Bakit sa kanya? Sabi ko gano'n, parang naisip ko na, nung kapanahon ng yun talagang, lahat talaga tatawagin mo. Lahat, yung... Sabi nga lang yung pakiramdam ba ng isang ina na nakikita mo yung anak mo, ang lakas-lakas, tumatakbo, active siya, and then suddenly, hindi siya kailanman nagkasakit, hindi pa siya kailanman nagkaroon ng yung, hindi ako nagbantay sa kanya kahit minsan sa ospital. And then suddenly, umalis ka ng bahay, ang lakas-lakas niya, pumunta siya ng eskwelahan, tapos, pag nakita mo nandun na, puro tubo na yung katawan talagang. At ngayon po, makakasama natin live mula sa Sweden, Vangie and RJ. Hi, Vangie!
Vangie and RJ?
Hi.
Hi, yes. Good to see you both. Naku, si RJ, 5 years ago na pala yun, Vangie, nung huli tayong magkita, no?
Yes.
Okay. So, Vangie, pwede bang sabihin mo sa amin, kumusta yung kalagayan ni RJ? Bago pala yan, ano yung karamdaman niya kasi hindi natin pinapapanood sa kanila yung buong documentary, pero nagkaroon siya ng kondisyon na AVM o yung pagdurugo sa utak. What is AVM?
Actually, ang EVM, wala pa talagang nakakaalam kung ano ang pinagmulan nito. Sabi nila, maaari daw na ipinaglilihi pa lang siya, nandoon na. So, hindi malaman kung saan talaga nanggaling. At sa 1% lang ng world's population ang nagkakaroon nun. Ang marindi nga lang si RJ ay sa utak tinamaan, kaya mas delikado.
Okay. And kumusta na si RJ ngayon? RJ, binatang-binata ka na.
Yeah, I'm doing good actually. I'm studying right now and I'm doing good.
Okay, great. Oh, sorry ha kung medyo naging emotional uli kayong dalawa watching that clip because naman talagang, Vangie, nung ikinikwento mo yung pinagdaanan ninyo na nasa ospital kayo, was it 4 months na nasa ospital si RJ?
Yes.
Okay. And then, look where you are now. 'Di ba? Mula doon sa parte na yun ng buhay ninyo, now look at you. You also recently survived mild symptoms of COVID, Vangie. Kaya God is good.
Yeah, God is good all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, RJ, please tell us, how are you now? What are you doing? What you've been up to? Did you finish university now?
No, I just finished high school. I think it's high school, you call it in the UK. But now I'm studying a pre-medical course.
Ooh.
And I want to be a doctor because all of the things that happened to me in the past. And every day I study and I work part-time as well.
Oh, wow. Good boy. Not a boy anymore, Vangie. Kasi nung nagkaroon siya ng AVM, he was only 10 years old. Crystal, Jean, kayo, may mga anak kayo. Yung pinagdaanan ni Vangie talagang napakahirap. She is a strong woman.
Yeah. I mean, ako for me, just watching that clip again. I mean, that was tough, and I admire both of you. Of course, RJ for not just for surviving, but really pulling through. And now, you look like a very healthy young man now going for medicine. And Vangie, of course, saludo ako sa iyo dahil alam mo na Mother's Day ngayon. And naipakita mo yung tapang, determinasyon, at talagang, of course, pagmamahal sa anak mo.
Great. Crystal, I think you're muted. We can't hear you, Crystal. Jean and Kiara, yes, there you go. Crystal, go ahead.
Yeah, I just like to say, watching that short clip, Vangie and RJ, medical help is there, but Vangie has been a rock to RJ. You can tell that she's very strong. Nanandyan siya for RJ, for her son, because without her support and love and care, it would probably be even more difficult to get through this trial in your life. So I salute you, Vangie, and happy Mother's Day to you. So well done to you both.
Okay. Can I just share with you dahil sa naikwento sa atin ni Vangie doon sa dokumentaryo. Alam mo, Crystal, if you live in as a family ng migrant, iba yung pag-aalaga natin sa mga kapamilya natin na may sakit. Hindi naman pinapayagan na nagbabantay ka ng 24/7 sa pasyente. Pero alam ba ninyo na nagawa ni Vangie yon, na pinayagan siya na 24/7 nakabantay sa anak because pinakipaglaban niya na bahagi ng ating kultura is that binabantayan ang ating pasyente or our patient. Vangie, can you tell us about that story again? Kasi ako talaga na ano ako doon, na-shock ako doon sa move mo na yon and how you fought for it.
Medyo mahirap yun kasi nga syempre hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-stay lalo na sa intensive care unit. Pero after nga namuntik na mamatay yung bata, so talagang ipinaglaban ko yun. Sabi ko sa kultura namin, ang pasyente ay binabantayan. Kaya ang ginawa namin, nagpapalitan kami ng asawa ko. Bali siya sa gabi, ako sa araw, ganon. And then lumalabas lang talaga kami kapag nag-relieve ng report ang mga doctors, ganun kasi bawal namang makinig kami. Ganun ang nangyari. Pinaglaban ko na kasama ng kultura natin ang binabantayan ng pasyente. At pinayagan naman ako kasi maraming naging involved din.
That's right. Okay.
Actually, maswerte pa rin kayo, Vangie, no? Kasi buti na lang hindi yan panahon ng COVID nung mangyari. Kasi yan ang ilang beses naming inireport dito na pag na-COVID ang isang tao, malamang hindi mo na makita.
That's true. Yes.
Diba?
That's true. Oo, Jean. Maswerte pa rin. I mean, if you look at the positive things or yung magandang naidulot nitong kwento ninyo o yung pinagdaanan ninyo, Vangie and RJ, my question naman ako kay RJ. RJ, looking at that clip, maybe you can tell us more about your mom. It's Mother's Day. How would you describe your mother?
If I would describe my mother, she's an amazing woman, and I mean, she's always been there for me at my worst and at my good times, and I couldn't wish for more, actually.
Okay.
How nice naman.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Vangie, you also told us na si RJ then is parang God's gift to you in terms of yung pag-aalaga niya sa iyo. Tell us about that naman.
Nung mga huling araw na medyo magaling na siya lalo na ngayon. Ako naman yung inaalagaan niya. Bali siya parati siya nakabantay. Pag nagtatrabaho ako, tatawagan niya, kumain ka na ba? And then darating na lang siya sa trabaho ko kasi malapit lang yung trabaho ko. May pagkain, kagaya kahapon. Sabi niya, papasok ka na naman. Hindi ka pa kumakain, kumain ka muna. Ganun siya ang katuwiran niya parati. It's about time naman na siya ang mag-alaga sa akin.
Fantastic. That's great. Doon po sa hindi po nakapanood ng documentary na to, 5 years ago yan, pinuntahan namin si Vangie sa Sweden. We will post the link dito po sa live streaming pagkatapos ng live streaming dahil mga kababayan, ang kwento ni Vangie at RJ talagang nakaka-inspire. I learned a lot, especially doon sa journey ng mag-ina. Not only that aspect, pero yung kasi si Vangie, Jean, kilala natin si Vangie as a community leader, TFC stringer. Pero, siya, soft-spoken si Vangie. May pagka siya, mahinhin, ganyan. Hindi mo maiisip na itong babae na ito, siya talaga yung rock in the family. Siya yung makikipaglaban sa mga doktor, siya yung magpupush ng mga gusto niyang magawa sa anak niya. Kasi, alam mo nung dinala si RJ sa ospital, hindi nila agad binigyan ng hindi nila alam yung gagawin. Binigyan lang si Vangie ng atensyon when she created a scene. Vangie, ikwento mo sa amin very very briefly yung ginawa mo na yon.
Nakakahiya. Okay. Ang ginawa ko noon nung nakita kong nangingilig na siya, ang ginawa ko, nagtatakbo ako sa koridor mula sa dulo hanggang sa kabilang dulo. Parang nagsisa ako. Nagsisigaw ako na nagsisigaw. Sabi ko, pag namatay ang anak ko, lagot kayong lahat sa akin. Parang ganun. Kaya naglabasan yung mga pasyente hanggang sa kinuha na nila si RJ.
Okay, great. Okay, so yun. Ang kinikwento ni Vangie is that parang natatagalan siya doon sa proseso ng Siyempre, kailangan malaman kung ano yung mga steps na gagawin. Parang for her as a mother, yung anak niya daw ay umiiyak na, talagang in pain, natatagalan siya doon sa proseso. So what she did was that, parang nagkaroon siya ng meltdown. During that meltdown, naagaw yung atensyon or nakuha niya yung atensyon ng lahat ng mga pasyente sa ospital, mga doktor and all. And they spoke with her and said, how can we help you? Para ano ang dapat namin gawin para tumigil ka na? And then she said, i-scan nyo na yung anak ko, bigyan nyo siya ng atensyon, and that's it. Nalaman nila na nagkaroon nga siya ng aneurysm. So, at this point, para po mas gumanda pa yung discussion natin, sasamahan tayo ng isa pang mommy. Another mom who will also share her story with us. Go ahead, Kiara. Sino itong special guest natin?
We will be having Carmen, Hickey, and Crystal Diaz on the show with us this afternoon. Carmen came to the UK in the late 80s. She worked in Hatton Garden in London for many years while also looking after her 2 children. She had many trials in life, but she is always grateful to God that she overcame them all. So welcome, Tita Carmen.
Hello.
Hello, Ma'am!
Hi, Tita Carmen. Happy Mother's Day po.
Happy Mother's Day sa inyo lahat. Nakakaiyak naman si Vangie.
Oh,
No.
oo, parang,
Tissue.
that's true. Yung kwento ng mag-ina parang kakaiba talaga. Very special yung kay Vangie tsaka yung
Okay.
RJ. Kay RJ. Pero tita, kayo naman, you tell us your story. Kasi kaya naman kayo namin dito inimbita ho dito sa show kasi ang kwento ng bawat migranteng Pilipino ay iba-iba. I'm sure you have a story to tell. Ano po yung kwento ninyo bilang migrant at kasama nyong pumunta sa ibang bansa ang dalawa ninyong anak?
Oh, it's difficult, mang hirap, no? Lalo na trabaho ka sa Hatanggarin na wala kang pamilya rito, kundi dalawang anak mo. Racist and bullied nangyari sa'yo. Yung unang job ko, nag-sign ako ng sales assistant. Tapos in the end, pinag-uber ako para akong gawang katulong. Ang ginawa ko, no, this is not my, hindi yan ang inano ko, hindi yan ang siran ko sa contract namin. Kaya umalis ako. May Pilipina din akong kasama doon, sabi ko sa kanila, bakit allow nila yung boss na ganun, ako hindi po pwede. Maraming difficulties, lalo na malilit pa yung mga anak mo at nag-aaral sila. Ginagawa ko, nagluluto na ako ng pagkain ng linggo. Ano yun, sa whole week na yun, nilalagay ko na sa freezer para iinit na lang. Tapos alas 4 ng madaling araw, kailangan gising na ako kasi breakfast nila, yung lunch box nila, yung box namin papunta ng sa trabaho. 4 hours minsan nalilate pa ako sa trabaho, na may makeup naman ako sa hapon. Pero everyday bago ako pumunta sa trabaho, lunchtime, bago umuwi na sa simbahan. Marami. Nga sabihin ko lahat ang buong taon, hindi tayo matatapos, pero ang hirap, napakaraming hirap. Tapos pag nung unang nagkaroon ng boyfriend yung mga anak ko, umiiyak ako kasi nakita ko hinahawakan nila yung kamay ng mga anak ko. Ako hindi pwede.
Oh dear.
Pwede yan.
I married him, Ma'am. I married him.
Tita Carmen, question, how old was Crystal and your daughter Christina when they migrated to the UK with you?
Mga bata pa sila, dito sila nagtapos ng elementary, high school, tapos dito sila nag-university. Ang hirap, dahil ang una pa, obviously, ang language, pero meron kaibigan dalawang very good to me. They supported me through and through. Pati si Mang Gladys ngayon, wala na siya. You know, yung hirap ko sa sabi ko sa'yo, obviously it's not like Vangie. Vangie, madapa lang mga apo ko, mamamatay na ako. Naku po, Diyos ko, maniwala ka. Hindi po, ano ko yung I'm strong, pero kailangan talaga, don't give up. Tsaka pinagsabihan ko yung mga anak ko na, the more you got something, be humble, be kind to the people, and yung have determination. Pero hindi ko sila pinupusa, o sige, gawin mo to. No, no, no. I'm always behind them na advice, but I'm not interfering. I give them a freedom to do something. But every time, nasa likod nila ako na, I'm here kapag kailangan mo ang tulong ko. I'm not going anywhere. At pati sa mga hanggang ngayon, I'm not going anywhere. Nagka-COVID yung mga anak ko, wala akong pakialam kay may ano ka pa, pupuntahan kita. Hindi, you know, I'm gonna reach him. Hindi ko kailangan na, ang tawag dito yung, abi mo, pabayaan sila. No, no, no. Tsaka si Christina, pupuntahan kita kahit saan ka. I will fight for them. Until then, I'm telling you. Sabi ko sa kanila, ngayon, you know what? The only thing I be grateful now is my grandchildren. Also, nakikita ko sila ngayon kung anong buhay nila ngayon. I'm grateful for that. Yung pinagdaanan ko, nakalimutan ko na yun. To be honest with you, ngayon ko lang na-realize, ang hirap pala ng pinagdaanan ko. Nagdudugo yung aking dasa, look at them now. Look at you now, Rose and Cara and Jay. You know, I'm happy for you, all of you.
Okay, yes, especially si Vangie, no. Tita, so ito pong cathartic experience din sa inyo that you're telling us your story kahit medyo mahirap yung pinagdaanan nyo. But I have a question for Kiara and for Crystal. Kasi kayo ang dinala ng mga magulang ninyo in this country when you were young and you had to deal with a different culture. And now, Kiara, hearing the story of Tita Carmen about the sacrifices of Tita Carmen for her children. Nakita mo din ba yan, Kiara, sa nanay mo?
Opo, certainly. Actually, when Tita Carmen was talking, it really reminded me of the first few years na lumipat kami dito, dinala kami ni Mama dito na sobrang hirap po talaga kasi nasanay po kasi kami in the Philippines that we had all our immediate relatives around us. So, whenever we needed help, nandun yung mga tita ko, mga lola ko, mga pinsan ko. And when we came over here in the UK, it was a complete shock for all of us na puro si Mama and si Papa lang ang nakapaligid sa amin. And they were doing everything that they can. And on top of all of that, we're in a new country. Tapos, I think it went on for about 5 years na it was really difficult kasi palipat-lipat kami ng bahay.
That's true.
You know, my mom was trying to juggle working long hours as well.
Okay, great. And Jean, ikaw din magkwento ka, Jean. What about you? Being here in this country longer than us in the 80s.
Yes.
And talk about your mom also. We also want to hear your story. We heard Cynthia's version, but we want to hear your story.
Okay. Well, you know, my mom, I came really to the UK first of all, to visit my mom. This was in 1980. And I saw what kind of life she had. And which made me more determined to come and join her. So nung matanggap ako sa university dito, then nagstay na ako. And one thing I remember about my mom is, you know, I was already a young adult, siyempre, because I was already working then. And whenever I would see her, she would still say, "Oh, here's 20 pounds, pang merienda mo dyan." You know, she was still trying to take care of me, although I was already an adult. And you know, that's really stuck to my mind na alam ko na naghihirap din siya because, you know, she wasn't really earning that much. She was, I think at that time, working as a carer. a carer for actually a wealthy woman, and I don't think she got paid much, but it was good to have her around. And my one of my well, all my children knew her. Melissa was only like 3, 4 years old at the time. So hindi niya masyadong nakilala yung lola niya. But I think they enjoyed some time together. So for me, of course, I have beautiful memories of my mom and my grandchildren. At least they knew her. But the younger ones, lalo na yung mga apo sa tuhod, will just make sure na they know of her and all the good things that she had done for us.
Okay.
Her and my father, because he was part of it also.
Okay. Yes. So, good story. We're hearing a lot of good stories about about the parents. Vangie, ikaw naman, ano ang natutunan mo dito sa usapang ito as a mom?
As a mother, para bang walang katapusang obligasyon. Parang ganun, parang pakiramdam ko kahit may asawa na si RJ, kahit may apo na ang mga anak ko, pakiramdam ko, yung pagiging nanay ko talagang yun pa rin, hindi nawawala. Sabi nga ni RJ, kailangan daw mag-relax na ako kasi may edad na siya. Pero ayun ko, siguro dahil sa nangyari, kaya ganun ang pakiramdam ko. Laging takot.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. Okay. Crystal, because you're here, I think we would have to ask you for a message for your mom. Maybe before you give us your message, what have you become because of your mother? That's the question first, and then we'll ask you for your message.
Okay, so my mom has inculcated in me how to be strong, independent, to go for what I want to be in life, and I'm actually, also imparting that to my children. My mom is very single-minded. She's determined. She wanted to make sure that we have a good life, and it's exactly the same I want for my children. So that's not my tribute yet, by the way. I'm just so lucky to have my mom, because she's like a mom of everyone, of Juan Eu Konek, of all the relatives in the Philippines, and she's such a good grandmother to all her grandchildren. And we're all blessed to have her in our life.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And before we close this segment, because we have another segment waiting, at marami pa po tayong magagandang tribute sa ating mga magulang, maybe we'd like to hear more mula kay RJ naman. RJ, you've been very quiet. Maraming message yung mga kababayan natin tungkol sa inyong mag-ina. They're inspired by your story. At best wishes sa inyong dalawa. Gusto naman nilang marinig yung voice of RJ tungkol sa kanyang mommy. Okay, RJ, kung ikaw ba mag-aasawa when you finally settle down, maghahanap ka rin ng katulad ng mommy mo?
Yeah, I've actually found a really nice girl, and I can see the resemblance of my girlfriend right now and my mother, because my girlfriend is always taking care of me as my mother do. And my mother, she has always been there for me, and I will always be her little boy. But I want her to rest, and I want her to let me go and say, "I'm fine now. Mom, you can take it a chill. You don't need to take care of me anymore. I'm a big boy now. But I will always be your little boy, mommy. Always. I will always be your little boy."
That is so sweet, RJ. Did you not hear what Jean said? That kahit na may trabaho na siya, may nasa hustong edad na siya, nagbibigay pa rin yung mommy niya ng pera sa kanya. As a gesture of love, di ba?
And you cannot refuse it.
And you
Ano,
cannot refuse it. Ako
masama
din, kung
loob.
binigyan ako ng pera ng magulang ko, I'll probably get it as well. But anyway, that is so good to hear, RJ. Thank you for sharing that. Pero Vangie, siguro kailangan marinig mo din kung ano yung sinasabi ni RJ. Cool ka na lang, mag-relax ka na lang. Kasi he's of age.
Hindi ako
There you
ready
go.
doon na.
Yes. Okay. Before our final message, RJ, what is your, before we go to Crystal, no, yung final message ni Crystal or your tribute niya sa kanyang mommy, what is your message to your mom now?
My message for my mom is that I want to tell her that I love her very, very much, and she's like she's like a motivation for me to. I want to become a doctor, and she was always pushing me that I can do whatever I want, even though I am as I am. So I want to say that I love her very much, and that I will make her proud. I will make her very, very proud.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, RJ. Thank you. And thank you, both of you, for joining us today. As promised, ilalagay po namin yung link ng documentary AVM Boy na ginawa namin tungkol kay RJ and Vangie 5 years ago. So it's good to talk to you both again and giving us updates sa buhay ninyo dyan sa Sweden. Hope to see you, Vangie and RJ, pagkatapos ng pandemic. Now, Crystal, it's your time to honor your mom. No pressure. No pressure.
Can I just can I just read this? I got this from the Bible, and it's actually quite fitting to all the mothers, and especially for my mom. So, strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. So my mom, she does not sit down for 1 minute. She cooks, she sews, she buys everything for us. And I just like to say, my mother promised my sister and I and myself a better life, and so she did. After having left Philippines to settle in the UK, a world alien to us all, she has endured personal hardship, loss of a partner, discrimination at work, depression, and loss of a beloved brother and sister during the pandemic. I'm sorry. In spite of it all, she has given everything she could to and for her family and supported us, especially our so much. She's strong, independent, and above all, very loving mother and grandmother. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Okay. Thank you,
I said I
Crystal.
wasn't gonna cry. Oh my God, this is.
Thank you, Crystal, for that wonderful message. Tita Carmen, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Vangie, thank you for joining us. And also, gusto ko rin personally to thank Tita Carmen for extending her love to me kasi yung mami ko nasa Pilipinas siya. Every time I'm in Crystal's house, she is like a mom to me. Dinadaan niya sa kanyang pag-aasikaso, sa pagluluto and all. So, maraming salamat po for your kindness to me and to my family. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. The reason why my tribute to my mom, I will not read it because I don't want to be like Crystal. Baka maiyak din ako. So what I did, last night, I recorded a voiceover of myself and some photos, and I practiced my editing. So ito yung tribute ko for my mommy. But let me just tell everybody na sa lahat po ng nanonood, yung kabahagi po ng Juan Eu Konek, we're doing tribute to our moms. So, bantayan nyo yung kay Jay Montelibano MacLeod, my tribute, Kara's tribute, and Jeans. Kakatapos nung kay Crystal, thank you po for sharing your story. Vangie and RJ, Tita Carmen, Kiara, Jean, for this wonderful discussion and talking about our moms. So this is my tribute to my mom. My mother, Salud Lude Eclarinal, was a city girl who dedicated her professional life as a public school teacher in a small village in the Philippines. She nurtured her students with knowledge, kind heart, warmth, and love. That's why to this day, she is a well-loved retired educator. With my father, she raised 6 children, 4 of them boys, who realized their own dreams in life with her guidance and continuous love, support, and personal sacrifices. She is smart, well-read, compassionate, soft-spoken, but don't be deceived. She is not a pushover. She only has one unpleasant trait, that is, she's generous to a fault. She is both a devoted wife and mother, and no doubt, the rock in our family. She was my first and now my lifelong teacher, my constant guide, my moral compass, and someone I always try to emulate. If I can only be half the mother that she is, I know I can be a great one for my own daughter. Mommy, thank you will never be enough for everything that you have done, not just for me, but for our family. Happy Mother's Day, my own superwoman.
Wow.
And here's the tribute naman of J. Montelibano MacLeod to her own mother, Linda.
Ay, nako mami, okay, you can put the volume up of the TV. Yung mami ko kasi kailangan yung volume ng TV malakas. Mami, up mo na yung volume. O Chad, let's start with the first picture, then I'll start my tribute. Chad, are you there? My mama in Manila, Erlinda Bautista Montalibano, taught me everything I know about the importance of putting others before yourself, showing kindness and warmth to everyone you meet, and being grateful to God in both the good times and the bad. She is a living example of a mother who is there to support her children in a way that is both gentle and firm, compassionate and honest, and completely reassuring. She embodies grace, understated elegance, and beauty that radiates from within. I am grateful beyond words and sending her all my love across the miles. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. You're amazing, and I'll see you soon. Yan, thank you, Rose. I'll see you in a bit.
Maraming salamat po. Magbabalik ang Juan Eu Konek pagkatapos po ng paalala or reminder na ito, advert from our sponsor.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, nagbabalik po ang Juan Eu Konek. Ang bilis, ano? So, we have 2 more mommies to honor today. Now, it's your turn, Kiara.
Ayan, thank you po. Well, actually, my mom is working at the moment. She's at work right now. So, Kuya Chad, let's begin. My mother, Evangeline Gregorio, is the most incredible woman I know. She gave me the gift of life. She's my advisor, my role model, and the one that lifts me up and gives me courage to rise whenever I fall. My dearest Mama, thank you for all that you have done and for everything that you continue to do. You are the greatest blessing I have ever received, and I will always be grateful for the Lord who gave you to me as a mother. I love you, Mama. Happy Mother's Day.
There you go. Thank you, Kiara. And ang nag-iisa pong tinik sa mga rosas. Ayan, tinagalog ko, Jean, parang poetic talaga. Because I know
Oo nga eh.
mahilig ka magsulat ng tula. Ito naman yung tribute ni Jean sa kanyang mom.
Okay. O sige. So, liham kay Nelia Bartolome.
See?
Dear Inay, first of all, I love you, Inay. Mahal ko po kayo. Don't worry, Inay, about all of us. We, your 5 children, turned out as well as can be. And no doubt you have caught up on what we have all been doing in the 6 months since your beloved Intang joined you up there. Sayang lang you are not around to see your grandchildren and especially great-grandchildren grow up. But your apos remember you, and we will ensure the younger ones remember and somehow get to know you too. How you cared for us, how you loved us. Miss you, take care up there, and please pray for us too. Love, your son. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Jean. So ito po ang ating tribute sa ating mga magulang, sa ating nanay, particularly dahil Mother's Day ngayon. So ngayon, mas nakilala ko pa ng husto ang si Crystal, si Jean, si Kiara, at saka si, of course, si Jay, dahil sa mga mensahe nila sa kanilang mga magulang. So, yun, sa mga nanonood po, maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay ninyo ngayong hapon. Sa lahat po ng mga nanay na nakatutok, magandang araw sa inyo. Happy Mother's Day. Gusto ko lang sanang batiin din bago tayo mag-proceed doon sa next segment natin, no? Yung mga special moms in my life, hindi sila nanonood ngayon, but I'll mention them na yung mga iba naman na nandito po kasi hindi ko po nakita yung mga nasa taas, no? Happy Mother's Day kay Jean Sarmiento, Vicky Salonga, Nelly Fami, nandyan ka Tita Nelly, Carmen Hickey, of course, nandyan, Crystal J, my friend Joan Marquez, my Auntie Jean, Marita Nabalan, Marie Fairbank, I saw you, nandyan ka kanina, Nova Fosgard, hindi nanonood pero malaki yung tulong niya nung lumilipat kami dito sa bago naming bahay. At yung mga hindi ko pa po nakita, babatiin po namin kayo mamaya. So, maraming salamat po. Dumako na tayo sa second part of our program. Alam naman po ninyo na magsasara na po yung Kontra Corona. We finished one documentary in a span of almost a year. So, ito pong huling bahagi ng programa namin ay pasasalamat. Chad, can you show that one para magkaroon muna tayo ng kahit mga 1 minute break?
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, nagbabalik po ang Juan Eu Konek at ang huling bahagi po ng programa natin ay Kontra Corona, Pasasalamat. Ayan. Kontra Corona, Pasasalamat dahil gusto po namin ilaan ang bahaging ito, ang segment na ito para pasalamatan po natin ang lahat ng tumulong at sumuporta sa Juan Eu Konek Kontra Corona. And we will be joined by our associate producer for Kontra Corona for Juan Eu Konek, Jay Montalibano Maclau. Jay?
Title card muna, Rose.
I know! Masyado siguro naging emotional na rin si Chad. Nakalimutan niya yung title card. I've been telling him, but for whatever reason, he didn't put it up. But Chad, meron ka pang opportunity. O ayan, bigyan mo na kami ng title card bago kami magsimula ng Q&A
3,
dito.
2, 1. Pasok title card.
Wala talaga.
Chad!
Wala, Chad. Wala. Ano yan?
Chad! The title code!
Well, that's okay. Naku, wag natin. Ayan.
Go. Kontra Corona, pasasalamat. Maraming salamat, Chad. Finally, nakuha mo yung title card. There you go. So, Kiara, it's been a year. March, itong panahon na ito yung challenging time for me and Crystal because ito yung panahon na we had your COVID symptoms.
Opo, yes. It has indeed been a great run for Jack these past year almost, and especially with what's going on right now. So why don't we just take it back? Let's take them back to the beginning. How did this project come about? When did it start?
Okay. Simulan ko na lang muna I'll start it with my very short description of how we started, and then maybe Jean and Crystal can pick up on it.
Okay.
Yun nga, nung March, nagkaroon ako ng COVID symptoms. Si Julia also, my daughter, siyang nauna. And then, syempre, I had to find out doon sa circle ko kung sino yung nagkakaroon ng symptoms. Kasi, nung panahon na yun, in-stop din nila yung community test. Kung mayroon kang symptoms, hindi ka na pwedeng i-test. You just have to self-isolate at home. So, after that, nalaman ko na ito na nga, yung mga sumunod na buwan, ang dami ng Pinoy na frontliner na namamatay. Parang every week meron doon sa community page natin, nakikita natin na may mga frontliner one by one na namamatay. So, nung medyo maganda na yung pakiramdam ko, hindi pa nakakalabas, nag-usap kami ni Jean, Crystal, and Jay that we should do something. Parang hindi ito biro na nangyayari sa community natin. We should be able to tell a story. We should be able to document something. So yun yung simula. There you go. Pick it up from there, Jean, if you like.
Yeah. Okay. So just to add to that, I mean, obviously, we actually relaunched Juan Eu Konek in September 2019. So, while doing all that, so marami kami mga discussions, and then suddenly, the pandemic hit. And although slowly we started, covering the subject matter during our live stream every Sunday, I think it became apparent that we could do more, diba? And then I think who was it in the team? I think it was Jay who found out that maybe we could go for this funding so that we could have a sustained program that would allow us to show what's going on in the community in a more concrete and sustained way. So yeah, even at that time, I was involved with the Pinoy Portal Europe, set up with the other correspondents in Europe. And we were doing naman mostly written reports. But also, it became apparent na maybe it would be much more impactful if we could do it in a TV documentary sort of interviews way. And I think that's how we ended up with the Contra Corona program.
And Crystal, you want to go ahead, and I'll have also something to add after.
It was never easy, really, finding people to interview because, as you know, we were not allowed to film as such. But we were lucky. We're always watching out for the government guidelines and so on. But we managed to find people to interview, and they were they were amazing. They were telling all the stories about their experiences during the pandemic. We went to different places like in Kent, in Wales. We drove everywhere, didn't we? The team was just there ready to go to tell the stories of our kababayans. That's the aim of the program. We wanted the UK and the rest of the world to know what's happening in the UK with our frontliners, our key workers, and to honor them for the work they have done. For the times that they've lost nga yung mga relatives nila, and those who have survived. So I'm so grateful to be part of this team, and hopefully, more power nga sa One Connect in the future.
Tita
And
J?
if I can add, yeah, Kiara, because I've never really said this publicly before, but nag-intriga pa, But and Jean, Rose, and Crystal, I think, are too kind and professional not to call me out on something. So I'm just gonna share that this actually all started with Cynthia Barker. Cynthia was the one who told me, Jay, you need to look for a grant that you can apply for. This happened mga January, February of 2020. We finally submitted the application in early April, and that was just when the pandemic was starting. So it had nothing to do with the pandemic, nothing to do with contra corona. And then the National Lottery Fund sent us an email saying that we cannot give you your grant for now unless you amend your proposal for it to be related to the pandemic. I raised my hand up. It was Jean, Crystal, and Rose who believed that we had the cause was strong enough to make it a pandemic related project. I honestly did not believe that we were going to have that chance. But what I love about our team is that we are able to disagree and agree. And in the end, Rose, Crystal, and Jean prevailed, and they definitely amended the proposal, and we were very successful to get that grant. So I want to say that one thing I really learned is that if you have people in your team that you respect enough that you can voice your opinions and they will agree or disagree with you, but at the end of the day, as long as you all work together, you will become successful and you will get what you will be able to do your job. So I would like to salute Jean, Crystal, and Rose for never making me feel like I did something wrong or I made the wrong decision. They were always so great. I'm so grateful that we all proceeded and we did it, guys. So I just wanted to say that, Kiara, because they will never say that publicly, but it was really Rose, Jean, and Crystal who made sure that we pursued it. And of course, Cynthia in heaven, if not for her, we would never have started the application in the first place.
True. May I add on that? Alam mo, parang yung journey ng Juan Eu Konek during the pandemic, parang si Cynthia talaga yung angel namin. You know why? Kasi siya, syempre, alam mo naman, meron tayong mga bagay na we cannot discuss publicly. Pero we share it with our friends. So, naging kaibigan natin si Cynthia, and I was able to discuss with her kung ano yung mga personal mga reservations ko, ano yung worries ko, etc. And she gave us very, very good advice. And sinabi nga niya na go for funding, wala kayong magiging problema, go for this. And up to that time that she passed away, tinutulungan pa rin ni Cynthia yung team namin, yung team natin na One Eu Konek. And I felt that because she passionately believed in our project. So wherever you are, Cynthia, really appreciate your inputs at saka yung advice mo and your help into putting together this group and this project. You're really an angel. Talagang literally you're an angel now in heaven. So thank you so much.
I think thank you for that, and thank you, Jay, for being the corporate memory of One Eu Konek, no, at least in the recent history, because that's important, no, kasi it's actually we're all busy and it's so easy for us to forget, and it's important for someone to actually remind ourselves that whether we're doing things the right way, whether we could correct things. And I'm glad we actually in a way stopped at this point because we're able to review what
Yeah.
happened in the past, so that hopefully we can move forward in a much better way.
That's true. Okay, so ayan yung mga nanonood
Can I
po
just
sa
say also
ating.
can I just also say, Jay, you have been amazing as a let's just say producer. She's always there telling us off. You've gone overtime.
Yeah, which actually we're already over time.
I know, but then I think you're very talented. I
Thank
think
you
you're
so much.
great, very clever lady, and I'm so grateful. And Rose introduced me to you, so I'm glad that I know you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Before Jay reminds us again that it's time for us to wrap, maybe we can answer one question before we end the show. What has this project taught us as a person, maybe on a personal level, and maybe made us realize about our community? Kiara, you would have to answer that as well, because you went into a journey. All of us, meron tayong mga pinagdaanan during the pandemic on a personal and professional level.
Sige, umpisahan na ni Voice of Reason, Mr. Gene Alcantara.
Okay, sige. Well, for me personally, I think the main learning on a personal level is that I cannot stop, serving the community. In terms of obviously Juan Eu Konek and in other using other means, because if we stop doing this, then who tells the stories of our kababayans? Who challenges them? Who criticizes them? Of course, all positively, not always negatively, but I think the point is that by talking about it, we engage the community, because the community, as I've seen it, when the pandemic happened, and we started really covering it, there's almost an excitement in the community, because they realize that this is an opportunity as well for the community, because now, if you look at the frontliners, so many of the nurses are now very much involved in professional organizations. They've also been receiving awards from the Queen, getting publicity in the media. Even that controversial Piers Morgan was praising Filipinos. So in a way, I think what we've done is to highlight the achievements of the Filipino community and made people realize that, wow, we are a community that deserves respect and deserves to be given the opportunity to do things.
Well said. Rose?
Very good, thanks.
I'll make it short. I think we shouldn't stop telling stories. On a personal level, when I am down and then, or I'm going through something, I meet people, I interview them, I get an inspiration from their story. Nakikita ko na, ay, hindi lang pala ako yung dumadaan sa ganitong pagsubok, sa ganitong challenge. Marami pala, pareho din niya, may challenges din siyang pinagdadaanan. And then parang, you're ready for work, for action again. And on a community level, I think I'm in a different position in my life now kasi meron na akong anak. So nakikita ko na kung ano yung importansya or yung kagandahan or the purpose of telling the story of the community. Kailangan maintindihan nung the younger generation kung saan tayo nanggaling, what's our culture, what's our value, because they will look, our children will look back into that. So parang nandun na ako sa ganitong stage in my life now, and more so during the pandemic. Maraming pinagdaanan on a personal level, but I think the beauty of coming up with this long format documentary is we capture them not just on a sound bite, but we really capture their story because we have a longer format.
That's true.
Yeah.
Crystal?
Oh, what can I say? Since joining the team, I have met so many Filipinos who have been so resilient. I think that's our main strength, being resilient, and we just carry on no matter what. And I think as a community, we are very strong, and we I believe that with this platform, we have given them a voice to tell their story, what they have gone through, because it unites us. Whatever one is going through, if you tell somebody their story and they're experiencing the same, you're not alone. So I think, again, it's a learning curve for me, that I'm embracing my roots once more, by knowing what the experiences of other kababayans, and it made me stronger. And then knowing this now, then I can pass this on to my children. Do not forget who you are, where you're from.
Great. Kiars?
Yeah.
Before pala Kiara says, we need to thank Kiara for joining us today on a very special occasion. So Kiars, go ahead.
Thank you po for having me. I think on a personal level, siguro this Contra Corona program has really taught me that the importance of public service and really just giving your heart to the people in whatever way you can, with whatever means that you have, especially in times of a pandemic.
Okay, great. Thank you.
How about Miss J?
Ako din, I'll try to make it quick. Ako really, it just makes me so much more believe in the Filipino. Ibang klase talaga ang Pinoy. We cannot, I know I'm biased, of course, we're all biased, but the Filipino is just amazingly special, and it's worth, as Ninoy said, worth fighting for. So, and then also one last personal lesson I learned is choose the people that you work with. As I said, this little team of ours is so special. We all share, and let's please acknowledge 30 Ado, our director of photography, Denmark Alejandro and Chad Solis, and Joy Balio, our Manila production team, and everybody who's participated in this Contra Corona project. This just makes it all worthwhile. And you are amazing, and let us all help each other. Mabuhay po ang Pilipinas. Bumoto tayo sa 2022.
So before that, mag-register muna. Please register for the next elections. Malapit na.
We'll have to do
Pwedeng Jean Alcantara
special
for
on that.
president.
Baka magalit si Mr. Duterte niyan.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry,
Okay, thank you.
sorry, Kiars pala. One last thing kasi yung When We See the Rainbow na ginamit natin as a theme song for the homecoming finale. It's almost like it was meant for me to write that song. When I wrote that song, Contra Corona wasn't even in the picture. I wrote the song and it was perfect to end our series. So thank you to everyone who helped me with that song. Thank you.
Loved
Thank
it.
you. Yung
Very
lang
good.
pong nagtatapos sa atin ay ang Contra Corona docu-series. And next week, may maganda kaming announcement dahil mapapanood pa po ninyo siya in a bigger platform, but I cannot announce it where yet.
Hindi Oprah.
Pero, yung pong live streaming natin, mapapanood po ninyo kami every Sunday. We will give you the schedule. We will announce it because give us a little bit time also to relax. Mag-relax muna po tayo sa Mother's Day. And we will update you with our new schedule on our page. So marami pong salamat. Yung hindi pa po nagla-like ng Juan Eu Konek page, please like Juan Eu Konek. At kung may chance po kayo, manood po rin kayo ng Juan Eu Konek sa YouTube para sa malaking television ninyo mapanood. Yung magandang mukha ni Kiara at ni Crystal at yung handsomeness
And Bryce.
and my full moon face.
And handsome Jean.
Ayan.
Wait, can I just say, sorry,
And-
can I just say thank you to all my relatives who's actually watching right now, to all the Celestinos, you know, my uncle who passed away, all his children, you know, we miss you guys. So
And your
just-
mom said,
yeah.
wait, Crystal, your mom said you should mention her apos daw.
And also my children, Darcy, Brandon, and my sister. Happy Mother's Day, Tina, Mark and Aiden. So, and obviously, you know, our partners, Chris, Arnold, and Pascal. Thank you very much.
Pascal, thank you for being the technical guy for Tita Carmen, Pascal. Thank you
Tita
so much.
Carmen, hindi
Oo.
rin ako nakapag-hello kanina kay Tita Carmen. Tita Carmen calls us all her anak. So, Tita Carmen, mami ka naming lahat.
Oh,
Kahit
she's still
ayaw-
there. Nandiyan pa pala.
Ayan, watching all of you. Maganda ng mukha, all pretty. Eh.
Oh, salamat.
Mukha ko kay Jenny. Hey, ano ba yan? Kalimutan ko na yung pangalan. How can you cope to this beautiful woman around you?
Si Jean.
Sa tahimik lang po.
I give you stress, Abe.
He knows how to deal with strong-willed women. Alam ni Jean.
He's like James Bond.
He
of
deals with
Jack.
it. He deals with it every single day of his life in his house.
Yeah, ang Diyos, pag wala na itong COVID at ready na kayong magluto ako, I promise.
Yay!
Ala din nga.
Okay, thank you po. Before we go, batiin ko lang my brother, Edmund, who's watching in the Philippines. Thank you. And I don't know if my mom is watching, pero yes, happy Mother's Day pa rin sa mami ko, of course, at sa lahat ng ating mami. So, there you go.
Teka muna.
Yes, G, go ahead.
Pasalamat muna tayo sa National Lottery Community Fund.
Yes.
Maraming pong salamat sa suporta nyo. Thank you for the support of the National Lottery Community Fund to Contra Corona program. And well, we would like to apply again. So wait lang po.
Oh, and,
Yes.
and Rose, thank you to Lali of World Remit. Happy Mother's Day, Lali. And please
Hi,
support.
Larry.
Thank you sa World Remit then for their support for today's show. Salamat po.
Salamat po. So, there we go. Wala na ba tayo nakalimutan? Hopefully, everything's been done and everybody has been mentioned. Kiara?
Okay, can I mention Mids? Please take care and get well soon.
Yes, Mids. Pagaling ka, Mids. I know you can do it. Alam natin, sinusubaybayan natin ang progress ng iyong battle with the big C sa TikTok and Facebook. Ito rin is Strong Woman.
Yes.
Na napaka matulungin sa mga kababayan natin, lalong-lalo na sa mga taga Davao, kasi taga Davao po siya. So yung mga hindi ko po nabate, again, si Miss Nelly Fami, nandyan pa po kayo, Tita Nelly, thank you for tuning in at sa pagsubaybay ninyo till the end. So dito po nagtatapos ang Juan Eu Konek. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumuporta sa Contra Corona. Mapapanood pa rin po ninyo ang Juan Eu Konek live streaming at abangan po ninyo ang mga susunod naming proyekto, public service po para sa ating mga kababayan sa UK, sa Europa at syempre sa Pilipinas. Ako po si Rose Eclarinal.
At ako, si Jean Alcantara.
I'm Crystal Dias.
And I'm Chiara Gregorio.
Pwede ba rin akong I'm Jay Montaliva ng McLeod?
Of course.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Tita Carmen.
Maraming salamat po. See you again. Bye.
Bye.
Juan, saan ka man dalhin ang kapalaran? Iisang bayan lang sa puso mo'y laman. Tinagmulan at babalikan. Konting tiis na lang at hanggang sa araw na yan ay asahan.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.